CBS4 is your local election headquarters. The coronavirus, a major topic, obviously, across all levels of politics, including the race for governor. Tonight, we begin our first in a series of interviews with the three candidates for Indiana governor. CBS4's Kayla Sullivan joins us now with an overview of what each would do if elected in November. Kayla.
Well, these candidates do not agree on how the state should handle the coronavirus. That means voters will have to choose whether they think the governor should do more, less, or continue the same approach. When it comes to COVID-19, what would Indiana's candidates for governor have done differently?
I don't say this arrogantly, but not too much. Our economy is open, so it's really balancing the lives and the livelihoods.
I would not have issued a stay-at-home order. I would not have issued business closures. I would not close churches. I feel that's a violation of the First Amendment, plain and simple.
It was a mistake to move to stage 5. We should have been considering going the other direction.
Democrat Dr. Woody Myers says if elected, his measures of success would be if the COVID-19 cases were going down every day consistently and if the positivity rate continued at 1 to 2%. He also wouldn't leave as many COVID-19 decisions to local government.
We're giving far too much control to folks that aren't public health experts. And finally, Indiana does not have a mask mandate. We know that masks are valuable.
It requires local buy-in and local enforcement. If you want to hire 4 or 5 million people to go police the streets of all of Indiana, we didn't think that was constructive or even remotely realistic.
Myers wouldn't say what his penalty would be for violating a state mask mandate.
We're not trying to put folks in jail. What we're trying to do is give the tools that are required to law enforcement and to others to help people understand this is important.
Rainwater says if he's governor, the decision to wear a mask would be left up to Hoosiers, and he would get money back into their pockets to decide how to protect themselves from the virus. Well, now this is just part of each candidate's discussion on COVID-19. You can learn more from each of them on CBS4Indy.com. And in the next 2 weeks, we'll be highlighting each candidate's plan for education and justice reform efforts.
All right, Kayla, thank you. Now, there are some plans, debates for these candidates as well. Kayla, one will be on October 12th. What can you tell us about some of these debates?
Yes, one will be on October 20th, and then the other will be on October 27th. And I'll also attach each candidate's website for more information on their platforms online at CBS4Indy.com.
All right, Kayla, thank you.